The Rab Latok jacket has been a staple for outdoor enthusiasts for years, and so this year Rab have brought it back in 3 iterations. But how do you know which one's for you? We've got the Latok Mountain, the Latok Alpine, and the Latok Extreme. So first I'll talk you through what's the same in all 3 of these jackets. All of them use Gore-Tex Pro, and that's the most breathable format. So if you don't already know, Gore-Tex offers the best weather protection on the market. So we've got the highest level of waterproofing, the highest level of breathability, with a really high level of durability as well. In all 3 of these jackets, they've used the Gore Pro Most Breathable, as there's a few different categories. And that's probably the right thing. You know, if you're working hard on this, of course you want it the most breathable. And they're still incredibly burly. All 3 of the jackets have a 2-way zip, and all of them have pit zips as well. And of course, being waterproof, all 3 have hoods, and they all have a really nice wired peak, which is just such a great thing in the UK. The Latok Mountain, I think, is going to be the all-rounder. So if you're a walker, you're a camper, or you might sometimes like go climbing and mountaineering and scrambling, this is probably the one for you. It's a bit of a jack of all trades. It's got the chest pocket for your mat, it's got the hand pockets for if you're feeding the dog or the ducks, it's got the pit zips, it's got the climber's cut, but it's also much more comfortable to wear if you weren't climbing or weren't mountaineering, a bit more relaxed than the other 2. And it also features a smaller hood. Now the hood thing's quite interesting because nearly all of our waterproofs have big helmet hoods. After all, we're a mountaineering shop. But sometimes people don't need this huge swallowing helmet sort of style hood. So Rab made this one into a smaller head hood. And it's still got 3 pull cords to cinch it in nice and tight if it is ever flapping in the wind. It packs neatly into its collar using a nice Velcro tab, which means you can get it out really easy if the rain suddenly comes in. You don't want it zipped away in one of those old-fashioned zip style ones. Nightmare. So they've gone for a combination of face fabrics on this. They've used 40 denier in the main body. That keeps it quite lightweight, quite movable and packable, and keeps the breathability to a maximum. And then they've used 80 denier on the hardware areas, so on the shoulders, down the arms, the bits that get handled by rucksacks and where the weather hits it the worst. Also features that really lovely internal pocket where it's great for keeping a phone or something like that. A really good compromise between weight, durability, features. What a great all-rounder. So moving on, this is the Latok Alpine, and it's pretty well named. If I was going alpine climbing, whether it's summer or winter, this is probably the waterproof I would choose. It's a little bit stripped down compared to the other 2, which I think is great. As a climber who's nearly always got a harness on and putting their arms in the air and swinging axes, I don't need hand pockets. What am I going to do with those? So instead I've got 2 huge Napoleon dump pockets, which will fit gloves, guidebooks, maps, and all those things. And as a climber, even the internal pockets are perfect. A little phone one if you want, and then a dump pocket for where you might stick, again, guidebook, spare gloves, anything like that. So the Latok Alpine has a bigger hood than the Latok Mountain, so that's going to easily swallow a helmet. But also it does pull down nicely if you're not wearing a helmet, of course, because a lot of the time I would easily wear this in the Peak Street or whatever I was doing. The hood has 4 pull cords, so it allows you to get sort of optimal coverage whether you're wearing a helmet or whether you're not. And again, of course, it's got the loved, tried and tested wired peak, which is just brilliant, especially for British weather. So one thing I really do like about this as well is it uses lower denier face fabric. So again, this is just 40 denier all over, and it's quite noticeable. You feel free to move, nimble, even feels a little bit more breathable as well because it has less material to get through. So Scottish winter climbing, icefall climbing, summer alpine, and maybe some of the bigger winter alpine routes as well, this is probably the jacket of choice. Even if it ends up living in your bag, it's going to pack smallest of the 3 with the lowest weight. So last but most certainly not least, the Latok Extreme, or as I like to call it, the tank. So the Latok Extreme is just the most chunky, burly, featured of the 3. So again, I would absolutely use this for winter climbing. If you like more pockets, this is the one you would use. Winter walking out in whatever weather and you want it to last a long time, this is the one for you. So again, a lot of the features are the same. This one's got the pit zips, the 2-way zip, a big hood that'll swallow a helmet again with all those pull cords, but it's got 4 pockets this time and then another 2 inside. So the front 2 chest pockets, as always, will swallow maps, guidebooks, etc. But also they put bigger pull cords on them, so much easier to use if you've got big gloves on, which you inevitably will do with this jacket. You've also got the hand pockets if you're doing some more casual walking or you've just got to fill it full of treats and sweets or whatever you want to do. You've got all that as well. They've kept the same brilliant sort of fit if you were climbing as well, so you can raise your arms, wear a harness. So I can really imagine guides wearing this a lot because it's just so durable and so featured. They've got that 80 denier really burly face fabric all over this jacket as well. So if you are back and forthing up chimneys or giving it a real hard time and out a lot of the time, this is the one for you. Inside, it's got that inner pocket for your phone again, and then a big dump pocket, which is really useful for your gloves water bottle, whatever you need. Of course, all three of these jackets come in an array of brilliant colours, so let's have a look at them. Cue finger click. Finally, clearly losing my touch. So there we go, 3 Latok classics, men's and women's, different colours, loads of different choices. So if you don't know after that which one you're after, call in the shop and try them all on. We'll help you through it and go through it all again. We love talking about jackets.